Hello on this Saturday as we take a look right now at Midtown Atlanta. How nice does that sunshine look? Hope your day's off to a great start. Thanks for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Megan Packer, and we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi here in just a moment. Because we know the weekend is here, maybe you're trying to make plans. Perhaps you'd like to get outside. So Courtney will update us on Atlanta's most accurate forecast and let you know what you're in for if you plan to head outside today. I did want to just update you on our top stories here in the news department. It has been a very busy past 24 hours, and I do have some updated information about the big story we've been following out of Athens, the murder of a student on the campus of the University of Georgia. We told you yesterday and last night there was an arrest in the case, and we can tell you that that suspect spent the night in jail, and he had a first court appearance today. So we have a look at him as well. We got his booking photo from the jail in overnight. Here is a look at that 26-year-old suspect, Jose Ibarra, and this is video that is exclusive to us here at Atlanta News First. Only our crew had the camera rolling when he was arrested, and he is charged with several offenses related to the murder of 22-year-old Laken Riley. Her body was found near the wooded area, near this body of water there on the UGA campus on Thursday. Her friend called 911 that day after she did not return from her morning run. And we know several agencies came together to work this case, and it led to the arrest that they announced last night. So again, this is Ibarra's mugshot from the jail that came into our newsroom overnight. He's charged with murder, kidnapping, concealing a death, hindering a 911 call, just to name a few, along with several other charges. We do know, according to authorities, he is not a U.S. citizen. He is from Venezuela, so he will remain in jail right now. He has public defenders, and as is the case with charges like this, such serious nature, a magistrate judge does not have the authority to grant bond for this. So he will remain in jail until this is sent to Superior Court. But again, he was in court today. He had public defenders there with him. We had a crew there in the jail, again, looking at this exclusive video from his arrest. So that is the very latest there in Athens. This as this community continues to mourn the loss of this beloved nursing student, Laken Riley. And this is also having many demanding some changes when it comes to feeling a little bit safer on campus. Thousands are demanding that the University of Georgia install those emergency blue light call boxes that you often see on college campuses across the country. UGA was one of the first schools to install those lights in 1988, but in 2004 they removed them to save money. And there is a petition circulating right now with students started it to bring them back. There are already 15,000 signatures. Of course, taking care of your mental health during a time like this has got to be in the forefront for so many people, not only students, but people throughout the community, parents, community members, people who work at the school. This has rocked them. And there are mental health professionals that are there and willing and ready to help. And they are sharing ways that students at not only UGA, but Augusta University, where the victim was attending her nursing studies, can cope with the loss of their fellow student. They recommend journaling to get your feelings out, listening to music, and UGA has resources on campus like the student care and outreach, and also different counseling services. So stay connected on this story with us. We have several different stories posted right now on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. Make sure you download our free Atlanta News First app. We are continuing to stay on top of all of the latest developments with this case. But again, the big headline this morning, the suspect is arrested. Authorities believe that he acted alone, not looking for any other suspects. They also said they don't believe that he knew his victim, and that this was really a crime of opportunity is how they described it last night during that news conference. So a heartbroken community as we learn a little bit more about that suspect. I can also tell you that the suspect's brother was arrested. He's a few years older than the murder suspect, but the brother is also arrested right now, not related to the death, but because authorities say he had a fake green card on him. So that's another update that we have since learned. So keep it right here with us at Atlanta News First Plus, and we're keeping you updated every step of the way. Some other headlines that we are following for you. We got to talk about it. It is almost tax time. The deadline is getting closer. How are yours looking? Less than 2 months to go to the deadline to file. And there are some opportunities to get your questions answered. There are different events happening throughout Atlanta, Saturday sessions. So that is an opportunity to get out, get questions answered. Of course, you can perhaps you have your own tax professional who answers your questions for you. But it's all about getting it done early, the pros say, and giving yourself time to fix mistakes before the April 15th deadline. Some common mistakes include misspelling a name, entering your social security number wrong, picking the wrong filing status, or listing dependents incorrectly. MARTA and the airport have some announcements that they are making. It is a quick and easy way to get to Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International. You hop on the train. It takes you smack there into the middle of the airport. It's super convenient, but it's going to get a little more complicated in the coming weeks. MARTA is closing its airport station starting April 8th for a big renovation. It's set to be closed for 6 weeks. It should be done by May 19th, they say. MARTA is doing what it can to make sure that people can still take the train to the airport, though. There will be a bus that goes from the College Park station to the lower level of the North Terminal side from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day during the construction. This is just to, make it look and feel a little bit more like the airport, make it one big cohesive project. But just that heads up that project starts April 8th for those renovations there at the airport MARTA station. All right, let's take a peek outside right now. The weekend is here. We want to talk about the weather. We've got blue skies as we look at Midtown right now. It looks pretty good. We will bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, though, to give us the details because it looks nice, Courtney. But I know that you have said that the wind will certainly be playing a factor today, and everybody really has to keep that in mind as they get out and about today.
For sure. Going to be a really breezy day today. So if you have anything to do outside, if you're maybe planning some sort of picnic or you were trying to grab lunch outside, maybe you were trying to have a birthday party outside or something like that. I personally know a couple of friends with kids whose birthdays are this weekend. Just keep in mind if you have any plastic plates or any kind of napkins or cups, those will probably get blown around a good bit today because it will be very windy. So sunny skies, which is great, but we just have a couple of hiccups in the forecast, if you will. I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. We have several things to talk about. Of course, we're going to go through your weekend forecast, but we also have to talk about a First Alert weather day on Wednesday for the chance for rain and maybe a few thunderstorms. The timing on this upcoming system that will ultimately bring the rain and storms really up in the air. Models have been back and forth for the past several model runs of it. We get model runs every several hours. So it's definitely tricky, and the First Alert weather day could change. Either drop it if we don't think it's going to have a big impact, if we don't think severe weather is in the picture. But right now, we at least have a small chance for storms, maybe an isolated severe storm. The timing tricky. And I'm going to kind of take you through the forecast process a little bit on that with one of my graphics and show you what I'm talking about. But first, let's talk about kind of what to expect with that First Alert weather day. This is just a day we want you to circle on your calendars. We head into the middle of the week, just know there's some forecast changes with rain and storms, and that will ultimately cool us down as we head into the end of the upcoming work week. So evening rain, that will continue overnight. In fact, overnight probably has the best chance for rain. Models definitely indicating that overnight will be fairly rainy. Storms will be possible, maybe an isolated severe storm. Storm Prediction Center has pulled back slightly on the thought of severe weather for us. Yesterday, they thought that we were already in an outlook thinking, okay, we're pretty confident that there's going to be an isolated chance for severe storms. This morning, that's not the case anymore. Very unsure about it. So still possible, but not confident enough to be able to say blatantly that there is going to be severe weather. And the timing and impact could change. So we're going to monitor it through the week. In fact, the timing is going to change in some capacity. Being this far out, things are going to change, and we'll keep you posted here on Atlanta News First Plus and on the First Alert weather app. Highs today look great, upper 50s to low 60s and breezy. We have a wind advisory through 7 o'clock tonight. It started at 10 a.m., and that is for wind gusts between 20 to 35 miles per hour. So let's take you through the day. By noon, so within the next half hour or so, Wind gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour area wide, with isolated gusts as high as 30. And then at peak, at max, we'll have gusts 30 to 35 with maybe some isolated gusts higher than that in some spots. Very, very windy afternoon for us. And the gusts like this will continue through about 6 or 7 o'clock. And then we'll have the wind die down below wind advisory criteria, but it'll still be quite breezy. If you're headed out around 8 o'clock tonight, just keep in mind gusts will still be upwards of 25 miles per hour. And then the wind will die down overnight and we'll have clear skies continue, so that will allow temperatures to drop in a big way. What happens when you have a windier day is that the air mixes, so it's not allowed to heat up or cool down quite as quickly. So with the wind dying down rather, and the clear skies, both of those things working together, plus the cold air behind our cold front settling in. That cold front moved in on Friday. This is what you get overnight. Upper 20s to low 30s. So if you're up and at it early tomorrow morning, we have a lot going on across North Georgia tomorrow morning, including a really big marathon and half marathon weekend, the Publix Atlanta Marathon and Half Marathon. That starts at 7, and that's what the temperature is going to be, around 7 o'clock in the low 30s. Now, tomorrow afternoon, the forecast looks great. The sun will work overtime tomorrow. We'll bump upwards of 30 degrees through the afternoon. If you are headed to the Ambetter Health 400, that is at the Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, upper 50s. The wind will be a lot calmer tomorrow. Just a light breeze, nothing crazy. And temperatures will be in the low 60s through the afternoon. By 7 o'clock, temperatures in the mid 50s. So no matter what you have planned tomorrow, it's going to be a really great day, but a cold start. So a day for the layers. You'll need the coat in the morning and then maybe just a light jacket for the afternoon. As we head into the start of the week, temperatures will be in the 70s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, upwards of 10 to 14 degrees above average. And then notice that drop in temperatures. Thursday and Friday, we're back in the 50s. I do want to note Friday's temperature, and Thursday's for that matter, kind of penciled in right now. It's all going to be dependent on the timing of that cold front, how much rain lingers behind that front. So those temperatures are subject to change, but we definitely see a cool down from the 70s by the end of the week. So I'm kind of taking you through the forecast process a little bit here. I'm going to show you two models that we generally look at when we're looking ahead longer range. So past about 3 days, you have to start looking at some lower resolution, high range models, or long range models rather. So this is the GFS model. This is the latest one, and this is showing more so overnight rain. Notice 2:30 in the morning, and then you can see some of that pink color. It looks like far northwest Georgia could be cold enough as this front moves through that we could see a changeover into maybe a wintry mix. So we'll be watching that, but that's only if this plays out. This is thinking more so overnight rain, maybe an isolated storm with potential for an isolated severe storm, and it's not going to be as cold Friday. While it'll be cold enough in far northwest Georgia overnight, temperatures rebound really nicely as long as the GFS plays out. Now, this is the European model, clearly very different, thinking that Wednesday afternoon and evening will be very rainy. So the timing of this front is going to make a big difference in the impact of our first alert weather day. Of course, if we think there's going to be overnight severe weather, we'll keep that first alert weather day. But if the rain falls overnight, there's no severe weather, it's going to be out of the way by the time you head out the door on Friday, we're going to drop it. But right now, models have been back and forth, kind of going back to Wednesday every time. So the GFS model has been shifting into overnight Thursday, but occasionally it'll bring it back into Wednesday night. So it looks like Wednesday night is fairly favorable for rain and storms. So again, just trying to make you circle that day on your calendar, give you a heads up that by midweek, we're going to have the potential for rain return to the forecast and maybe the chance for some isolated severe storms. The European model also indicates a colder Friday because it brings that front through sooner, which would allow the colder air to fill in quicker. So again, a lot of fine-tuning to be done when it comes to the coverage of rain, the timing of the rain, the potential for severe weather, and the temperatures at the end of the week. But right now, we're putting that first alert weather day on Wednesday. If models all of a sudden think that Wednesday is going to be a lot drier and our severe weather threat is extremely low, if not none, we'll drop that. But again, just kind of want to give you a heads up. That's what we're watching and kind of focusing on as we go beyond the weekend. Lots of sunshine in low 60s today. Windy. Again, that wind advisory through 7, so it's going to be quite blustery this afternoon. Low 30s to wake up tomorrow morning or send you out the door tomorrow morning if you're up super early. Temperatures in the low 60s tomorrow afternoon with that wind dying down. 70 for Mondays. You go back to work and a lot of kids head back to school. Mostly dry on Tuesday. It will be mostly cloudy, maybe a few showers north of the city on Tuesday. Most of us dry with highs in the low 70s. 70s again Wednesday. We're waking up near 60 degrees. That's a sign that a weather system's on the way. We'll be cloudier, so that won't allow temperatures to drop. We'll have a southwest wind pulling in a lot of warm and moisture-rich air, and then temperatures will top out in the low 70s ahead of that front on Wednesday. That will bring that chance for rain and storms. Right now, keeping a 40% coverage. That could go up, that could go down. Thursday looks drier because regardless, both models are thinking that by the time we wake up on Thursday, the rain's pretty much going to be out. Temperatures in the mid-50s, and then it looks like low 50s on Friday. Another weather system could form on Friday and bring us a chance for rain. That's still up in the air, but we'll keep a 40% chance for rain right now and fine-tune that as we go through the week. Definitely heading into a more active pattern this upcoming week, so just prepare for that. We've had a lot of really nice and dry and comfortable days the past couple of weeks with just like one day where we have rain. It looks like we're heading into a slightly wetter pattern as we round out February and start March. So we'll keep you posted on everything you need to know. Of course, keep you tuned in on that First Alert Weather Day for Wednesday. But in the meantime, enjoy the beautiful sunshine this weekend. Make sure you bundle up a little extra. It's going to be a little cooler than what we've had the past couple of days. And we always appreciate you spending some time with us for your news and weather. Make it a great weekend, and we'll catch you here next time.